Hey guys, it's Bellamy here from Midnight Suns, and today I am here with a review of the new Chinese movie YOLO. So this movie tells a very heartwarming story about this overweight Chinese waitress who decides one day that she wants to be a professional boxer, and she doesn't want to become like the boxing champion of the world. This isn't like Rocky or Creed, She doesn't need to be the best of the best. All she wants is to win one match, and that is her goal. And the reason why this goal is so important to her is because her whole life she's been taken advantage of basically by everyone around her, like even her family. And so being able to win just once at something in her life is the most important thing to her. And so this is a story that many people can relate to. Everyone who has felt like they're down out of their luck, Everyone who wishes that they had been luckier in life. I think this story is very relatable, and that's what really separates this from the Rocky and Creed boxing movies. Because, like I said, this isn't someone trying to be the best boxer in the world. This is much more grounded. This is somebody who just wants to win one boxing match and prove to herself that she can win at something in life. Now, even though the story is very different from Rocky and Creed, it is still hard to not draw comparisons between this movie and those movies. And this movie itself actually encourages you to draw those comparisons. Like, it is clearly inspired by the Rocky and Creed movies, and it doesn't shy away from that at all. I mean, there's even those classic Rocky training montage scenes in this movie, and they even use the classic Rocky training montage theme, the exact same theme song from the very first movie. So yeah, this movie is really the Chinese version of Rocky and Creed with a much more grounded story. But unfortunately, because of the way this movie draws comparisons to the Rocky and Creed movies, I think when you compare them, this movie just doesn't stand up to those high standards of those movies. And I say this because I'm a massive Rocky and Creed fan, and I've watched all those movies and I love all of them. So when I watched this movie, I was hoping for something of that standard, and well, I guess understandably, this movie doesn't really have like those epic training montages. I mean, it does have training montages, but not as epic as the ones in the Rocky movies, because like I said, this main character is just a regular person. She's not a professional boxer at all. She's just an overweight waitress who decides to go into boxing. And so you don't have those extreme training montages like the crazy training you see Sylvester Stallone and Michael B. Jordan go through in their movies, in the Rocky and Creed movies. Yeah, this movie is like a much toned down version of that. And similarly, the boxing scenes just aren't as epic as well, because this isn't a professional boxer boxing. She's just a regular person learning to box. And even when she does compete in a professional boxing match, it is nowhere near as great as Michael B. Jordan or Sylvester Stallone's boxing. So I guess you could say, as a big Creed and Rocky fan, I've been spoiled by those movies, and so when I compare this movie to those movies, I am quite disappointed. And I think if you are somebody who isn't necessarily a huge fan of those kinds of boxing movies, then maybe you will actually like this movie a lot more, because you wouldn't have those comparisons to keep on drawing towards like me. And this movie is really not a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. There is a reason why this movie is the #1 movie in China. This is actually a really inspirational story about weight loss, about taking control of your life, about doing something that everyone thinks you can't do. And so I really love this story, and I think I and many people will be able to relate to the story. And all the acting performances in the movie were fantastic as well. The lead actress especially, like, she gained and lost so much weight for this movie. She's like the Chinese version of Christian Bale. Like, her dedication to this movie is fantastic. Now, as for the humor in this movie, because this is a comedy film, I actually didn't find the humor really that funny, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a different sense of humor that I have, but basically at the start of the movie, like the first half of the movie, there are a lot of fat jokes, and I didn't really find those jokes very funny. Now, it's not that I didn't like all the comedy. I actually think there are some pretty funny character moments in there. But what is really good about the movie, I don't think it's the comedy. I think it's the really good emotional drama with all the characters and the story. There were a lot of scenes with emotional character moments, greatly acted character moments that really keep you hooked with the story. And yeah, the human drama is what really keeps you invested in both the story and the characters. And so for my final score, I am giving this movie, YOLO, a 7 out of 10. I think it is a really good movie if you want some great human drama, but if you are looking for a very light-hearted comedy, I'm actually not too sure if this is the right movie for you, even though it does look on the outside like a very lighthearted comedy, but there are actually some really dark moments in this movie. So yeah, I would actually say go for the human drama, not the comedy. And if you're expecting this to be a Rocky or Creed film, you might be disappointed. But yeah, I think it's a good human drama and I quite enjoyed it overall. And that brings me to the end of this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you would be kind enough to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, everybody. And as always, stay gold. I will see you all around. Bye, guys.